Have a look inside yourself. Jeezy opens up about almost decade-long depression battle. Hello, enlightenment enthusiast. Welcome back to Have a Look Inside. All hitchhikers want it, so flash that thumb up sign and subscribe for the ride of a lifetime. Jeezy didn't know. He was suffering from depression for almost a decade. Jeezy has long rapped about his experiences growing up around drug dealing and street life in his childhood community in Georgia. But seldom has he shared the toll it took on his mental health. Jeezy has revealed that he previously suffered from depression and didn't even realize it as his mental disorder went undiagnosed for nearly a decade. The trap pioneer pulled up to the Tamron Hall show on Monday, October 16th, to promote his Adversity for Sale memoir and opened up about his mental health struggles. "I learned that vulnerability is power," he said. "I thought something was wrong with me, thinking I come from poverty. This is just how it is. I didn't understand trauma and all these different things, so when I started to get the words for it, I started to understand and grab tools, and I started to become better. I started my journey, and that's why I'm expressing it and putting it in the book, because I didn't know I was depressed for like 8 years straight of my life." Jeezy continued to explain that he felt numb at times due to losing so many people close to him. "You wake up and you just want to go back to sleep forever, you know? I was leaning into my vices." He went on to share how, as a 13-year-old, he became the man of the house after his parents divorced. And the house was a small trailer where he lived with his mother and sister. "And that's what street life does to you. When you lose 200, 300, 400 people like gone forever, you just get numb. And I wasn't able to get in touch with my emotions, and I was wondering why. Thank God for my kids, but there was a time I was just cold." The put-on performer Jeezy, whose legal name is J. Wayne Jenkins, described himself during that period as cold, and recalled when he went by a different moniker, Young Jeezy. "That's when I was Young Jeezy." The snowman previously opened up about his battle with depression during an interview with People in August, recalling the brief moment he almost took his own life. The Atlanta rapper explained that as a teen, he attended the Youth Challenge program in Fort Stewart, Georgia, following years of dealing drugs and stealing cars. The 9-month program taught him structure and helped him become focused, he said. But as it drew to a close, dark thoughts began to creep in. "I remember standing there and saying to myself, man, if you go back home and you don't figure this out, because I don't want to end up like my friends," he remembered. "My friends became junkies and they were getting killed and all these things. So it was all this stuff in my head. It was for a brief moment, I would say at least about 10 minutes, I actually contemplated jumping in the water. I had never had suicidal thoughts, but I thought, well shit, if I just jump in the water, I ain't gotta deal with this. I ain't gotta go back home. I ain't gotta do none of these things." Jeezy thought he was going to die while making Thug Motivation. However, Jeezy said he didn't go through with it because something inside him told him, "No, bro, you're gonna have to man up. You're gonna have to go back home. You gotta figure this out." When he left the youth program, he believed he was ready for anything. Meanwhile, the 46-year-old filed for divorce from his wife, Jeannie Mae, last month after 2.5 years of marriage, which he claims is irretrievably broken. Mae, an Emmy-winning co-host of the syndicated talk show The Real, announced last week that she was taking a social media break amid the split. "Sometimes you need to take a break and disconnect to heal," said a handwritten note posted to Mae's Instagram account. The former couple are reportedly still living under the same roof at their home in Georgia for the sake of their 1-year-old daughter, Monaco. Well, that's all, folks. In the meantime, and as always, leave a comment or two and letting us know what you think. Thank you for watching Have a Look Inside. Until next time, happy living. Visit megdigital.com.